Hi, Angelo Lambropoulos, Principal Lambros Realty, and here I am with the February 2023 Cherrybrook property market update. So let's get straight into it. For the month of February, there were 10 registered home sales. Again, keeping in mind that the registered home sales are those that were 4 bedrooms plus. The median amongst those home sales was sitting at 2,271,500, the highest sale recorded being 2.8 million, and the average days on market sitting at 33. Now, if we, in comparison to February 2020, so how things were tracking this time last year, there were 6 registered home sales. Of the home sales, the median there was sitting at 2,465,500, and the highest sale was at 2,850,500, with the average days on market sitting at 25. So, in summary, sales volumes are up by 5 in comparison to the previous month, being January 23. So, an increase in sales, and 4 sales up from this time last year, being February 2022. The median price among home sales is up 12.45% from last month. And again, I won't sound like a broken record here, but data we need to sort of look at quarterly, not monthly, but you can start to formulate patterns. So anyway, that's that. And it's down 7.87%. Say that 4 times fast from this time last year, being February 2022. Average days on market currently sits at 33 days compared to the 39 days, which was recorded when I did the video last month. Now, auction results, there were none in January, but there's been 5 registered auctions for the month of February 2023. 2 of them sold at auction, 2 had sold prior, and only 1 had withdrawn. So the auction clearance rate's sitting at 40%, and if you include those that had sold prior, it's actually sitting at 80%. So this is the strongest auction clearance rates have been in Cherrybrook over the course of the past 12 months. Yeah, sort of hard to believe when you're looking at an auction clearance rate of 40%, but that's just what it is. So again, from a general standpoint, as I touched on in January 2023, we could somewhat see the changing of the guard starting to formulate. I think evidence is starting to emerge that actual prices in terms of the rate of decline is starting to ease here in Cherrybrook, and I dare say that is happening with a lot of suburbs in and around Sydney. Obviously not all, but there are those that are going to be affected by the interest rates and whatnot. As far as listings are concerned, there are currently 18 homes publicly listed for sale. And just to reiterate, when I talk about homes listed for sale, it is 4 bedroom plus. Obviously, there are more when you look at duplexes, townhouses, villas in the suburb, but just to keep the data as clean and accurate as possible, we just use one data set. So currently 18 homes listed for sale. Now, the date of this recording is Thursday, the 2nd of March, 2023. And this is 5 homes less from the last data recorded, which I did the video for on Friday, the 3rd of February, where there were 23 homes listed for sale. Another key observation worth highlighting here is that 9 of these homes have been currently on the market for 100 days plus, all right? Which means the other 9, I think 7 of the 9 from memory were all 50 days and under, right? So, what does this tell us? I guess what we're looking at here is new stock emerging in the market is extremely low, right? So if you look at it, there's 9 homes that have been on the market for 100 days plus, right? Whereas the other 9 have been sitting under 50 days, which goes to show that it's the favorable homes which are getting snapped up. Again, so this further cements the low mortgage stress in the suburb, all right? With very few interested in selling. As for those homeowners that are selling, they are happy to sit on the market and wait it out until the right buyer comes along. So essentially at this point in time, the buying market is very selective with what they choose, okay? So they're not jumping at whatever they get their hands on. If a property is overpriced in a less favorable location, so whether it be affected by, power lines below street level, unconventional layouts, perhaps road noise, just to name a few. You know, a seller just needs to be prepared to brace yourself for the long haul, right? So not saying not going to sell, but it's just, you know, when other new properties emerge that do appeal to the mass buying market, they're always going to be the preferred ones over what I just mentioned there. So just something to keep in mind. And as far as interest rates are concerned, for those of you home buyers that are sitting back waiting for the interest rates to have an impact on the Cherrybrook home buyers, this sound like a broken record with the data, but the same thing stands true. Low stock levels have always been the case. Low mortgage stress, low sales volumes, which means it's a market that's not in trouble. So, you know, personally, I think, you know, anything under 4%, unless the RBA decides to raise rates to even 4%, where there's talks of, right? I still think it's going to have very little impact. Yes, it's going to severely reduce the borrowing capacity for you as a purchaser, but it's going to have very little to no impact on those baby boomers that have settled in Cherrybrook, have built in 1980, 1990. You know, perhaps it will impact those that have purchased recently and maybe have overcapitalized. That is such a small portion of the marketplace, which again, you sort of luck of the draw. It's not going to be a mass exodus where everybody's exiting as a result. So just hope that clarifies things there. Now, rental market, well and truly a landlord's market. So median rental price is currently sitting at $925 per week, which isn't bad. Rental yield at 2.3%, and this is based on 186 rentals over the course of the past 12 months. So if you're a tenant out there trying to find something, I'm sure you can relate to just how difficult it is. You know, this data would sort of resonate with you in the sense that yes, it is difficult. Such a low percentage of rental properties in Cherrybrook. I think it's around 14% of the suburb are rental properties. So this is where it's increasingly hard with such a high demand. So, you know, this has always been the case, but more so now. And that's pretty much it for me as far as the February 2023 property market update is concerned. If you want to have a chat or discuss anything further, shoot me an email. Details are, I can never do this. There we go. Just up there. Yeah, I've got to get used to the opposite side. Shoot me an email. Give me a call. If you require an appraisal, you're looking to sell, lease, whatever it may be, more than happy to help. No obligation. For those of you that know me, no pressure. Just want to have a chat, perhaps just get an idea of where your house sits in the market or a further discussion on where I project things to be heading. Give me a call. Happy to help. Angelo Lambropoulos, Principal, Lambros Realty, signing out. See you next month.